It's a great pleasure to speak in this debate, to reflect for a while on the fantastic success that we enjoyed in the Olympics. Well done to everyone who represented Team GB in the Olympics and the Paralympics. To have success in the Olympics, you need preparation. And I have no doubt that our team were hugely inspired by our Prime Minister remembering to bring a cagoule when all the other world leaders hadn't thought to the opening ceremony. I think that might have been the key moment that got them all to their subsequent successes. But as the chair of the all-party parliamentary group for tennis, I'd also like to take this opportunity to bang the drum for tennis and to focus a little on the horizon going forward. At the elite level, British tennis has seen huge success in 2024, including at the Paralympics, with Alfie Hewitt and Gordon Reid winning gold in the men's doubles and completing the career Golden Slam, having won all 4 of the Grand Slam events and now the Paralympics. Alfie Hewitt also took home the wheelchair men's singles silver medal, and Andy Lapthorne and Greg Slade also won silver in the quad wheelchair doubles. And if there was a prize for the most memorable non-medal winning moments of the Olympics, then I think the remarkable comeback of Andy Murray and Dan Evans in the first round of the Olympics tennis against Japan, prolonging Andy Murray's amazing career in the process, would have been a strong contender. 2024, of course, was the year that saw Andy Murray draw down the curtain on what has been a fantastic playing career, to win 3 Grand Slams and 49 main tour events, while sharing an era with the 3 greatest players ever to play the sport, is a tremendous achievement, and I think he goes down as one of the greatest athletes in our country's history. 2024 also saw coming-of-age moments for Jack Draper in reaching the US Open semi-finals, and for Katie Bolter, who won her first WTA 500 event in San Diego and is now comfortably established inside the world's top 40 players. There was also exciting signs for the future, with Mika Stojsavljevic winning the US Open girls singles and Mimi Zhu reaching the girls' top 10, Hannah Klugman continuing to establish herself at the top of the girls' game, and towards the end of the season, a remarkable run of challenger victories that took Jacob Fernley into the world's top 100 men. Away from the elite level, tennis continues to buck the trend of falling participation seen in many sports. 5.6 million adults and 3.6 million children play tennis every year, with strong growth in participation in recent years, making tennis the 3rd biggest traditional sport in terms of participation. Tennis is also one of the most gender-equal sports, with 42% of adults and 49% of children who play every year being female. Whilst a range of formats, including wheelchair, learning disability, visually impaired, deaf, parastanding and walking tennis provide opportunities for people with a range of different impairments to take part in the sport. There is also growing evidence that nothing does more to boost longevity of life than playing tennis. People who play tennis live on average 9.7 years longer than average, outperforming badminton, football, cycling, swimming, jogging, all according to a recent study of people in Copenhagen. Madam Deputy Speaker, you'll be glad to know that these opportunities to enjoy a long and healthy life are also available to members of Parliament, with the thriving all-party parliamentary group for tennis giving members an opportunity to play tennis every week over the summer months here in Parliament. But it's important that opportunities to play tennis are not denied to anyone because of where they live or how wealthy they are. And for that reason, the LTA Parks project, in partnership with the government, is so important. The Parks Tennis Project is a nationwide investment of over £30 million by the UK government and the LTA Tennis Foundation to transform park tennis courts across Britain and open up the sport to many more people. The programme aims to bring back into use 3,000 courts across Britain, spanning 250 local authorities. Through the project, the LTA aim to grow participation with a further 500,000 people playing tennis in parks annually, and with over 50% of the sites being transformed being in areas of the highest social deprivation. The new tennis courts at King George's Park in Staveley are one such example of courts previously in a state of disrepair in a deprived community that have been brought back into use. And I was delighted to join the Honourable Member for Mid Derbyshire when he was the lead member for Leisure in Chesterfield in giving the courts their very first usage last summer. This programme is so transformational for facilities that it really needs to be extended by the government, and I urge my honourable friend from Barnsley South to work with the LTA to extend the programme in the upcoming budget. Expanding access to tennis is a key objective for the Lawn Tennis Association, but it's always been my view that allowing people right across the country to watch top tennis players in action is a key part of expanding participation. And to that end, I do want to once again express my disappointment that professional tennis in this country continues to be something that largely happens in just London and the South East. The Wimbledon Tennis Championships is the world's most iconic and well-known tennis tournament, bringing in an estimated $56 million per year and looked forward to by players, fans and sports reporters every year. Britain also currently has tour men's events at Queen's in West London and in Eastbourne, and women's events at Eastbourne, Nottingham and Birmingham. Already that meant there were no men's main tour events north of West London. Now the LTA has announced that the main pre-Wimbledon women's event will also be at Queen's, downgrading Birmingham and Nottingham. It is true that the LTA have held the GB Davis Cup Week very successfully in Manchester for the last 2 years, but that is not a replacement for a main tour event. Looking around at our competitors, this is unusual. France play men's main tour events in Montpellier, Marseille, Lyon and Metz, as well as in Paris. Germany in 5 different cities, the United States in 11. And the picture is similar amongst women's events, with the other major countries playing in many different cities. Whereas in Britain, from 2025, we will only have 1 event north of London for women and none for men. This isn't acceptable. I do accept that it may be more difficult to run events profitably away from London, although the recent Manchester Davis Cup sellout was the biggest crowd ever in Britain for a tennis match. But I do urge the government and the LTA to sit down and find a way to ensure that professional tennis isn't simply seen in London and the South East. Finally, the other big issue for tennis will be finalising plans for some lasting legacy from Andy Murray's career. Andy's mother, Judy, had been battling for years to try and create a new tennis centre near Dunblane, and it was a huge disappointment that the many obstacles placed in the way meant that she recently announced that the plans were being shelved. But it is crucial that a lasting legacy to mark Andy's amazing career is brought forward to ensure that the increased exposure his success brought to the sport isn't lost. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, tennis is in good heart and it's good for your heart. There is more to do to make sure it is enjoyed at all levels right across the country, and I hope the government and my honourable friend from Barnsley South will do their bit to keep the sport of tennis growing. Thank you. Yeah.